This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Grand Design Momentum travel trailer. And the model number is 23G. Okay. So this is going to be a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we have regular crank down stabilizers, as you can see. We have two awnings, one on the rear, which we'll get to in a minute, and then we have the one on the door side here. They're power awnings with LED strips. You see there's outside speakers up there. Okay. As we move on down towards the front, you're going to see this is a TV signal out here. And this is 120 AC power. Storage here, and there's your crank for your stabilizers. As we come around the front, you have room for two 24 series batteries. You also have two LP tanks with automatic changeover regulator. Okay. And this is a power tongue jack here. Obviously you have extend and retract, you have a hitch light. Now there's also another feature. If this ever fails for any reason at all, you can pull this rubber plug off the top here, and you can use the 3/4 crank, the 3/4 inch crank, stick it on there, and you can actually crank this jack manually. So you can always get out of trouble no matter what. You can get hitched and unhitched. You can also use a 3/4 inch 6-point socket on your drill driver, or a ratchet with a socket and extension, whatever you have, okay? Alrighty, so as we move farther around, we come to, first of all, when we look at your slide here, just so you know, this is a wardrobe slide, or a bedroom slide anyway, and it's a Schwintek style. Just so you know, these tracks tell us it's a Schwintek. The company's been bought out, and I think they might have renamed it recently, but it's still referred to as a Schwintek, so if you use that term, anybody will know what you're talking about. And this is your generator compartment. It's prepped for a generator. It has the hookups here, and it also has the control panel inside already installed, so you can always add a generator. This is a coiled sprayer here in this bag, and that would plug in right here. You get hot and cold water there, okay? Right now we've got the hose hooked up because we're prepping it. Well, we'll start off here. This is the kill switch for the battery. It's on, obviously. If you shut it off, it'll disconnect the battery from the trailer. Power. You can operate your water pump from here. So if you look at your drawings here, your diagrams, you have these three here, and then you have this bottom one. This is the most common, right here, city water. So that's where your city water hooks up. You just connect it and turn on the water, and you're all set. But the valves have to be in this configuration. With this one would be going this way at the time, right? Now let's say you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you're boondocking or whatever. You can fill the tank by putting them in this position here, leaving the hose here. That'll fill your fresh water tank, and then when you get to the campground, you can turn on your pump and put the valves into this position, dry camp, and you can use your pump to pump all the water. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You just be pumping it from the tank. I'll show you where the inside switch for the pump is also when we get in there. These are cable and satellite in right there, and this is the black tank flush right here, so you can flush out your black tank. The thing to remember, like it says on this sticker right here, never turn on the water to your black tank flush unless you have your black tank valve in the open position. You don't want too much pressure to build up, so you'll dump it right? You'll dump the black tank and just leave the valve open, and then you'll come in here and turn on the water to this black tank flush and just flush it out while the valve's open, okay? Alrighty. This is a winterizing port. You can read up about that if you're going to winterize it yourself, if you don't already know how to do it, okay? Alright, so as we move down here, your water heater, the switches are going to be inside the trailer, but this is where it drains at right here. And you have like I said, you have switches inside. I'll show you then when we get inside there, along with the water pump switch and the rest of them. So never run this without water in it. Always make sure you have water in it before you turn it on, okay? That's the vent for the furnace. There's your shore cord. It's a 30 amp cord, so it plugs in right there. Your handset for your gasoline. You have your pump right here, the filler is right here, and the handset is right there, as you can see it. So you can fuel up your bikes or four-wheeler or whatever you have. You have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. So the manufacturer, when they're new, they state that generally they state it's every 90 days it should be inspected to make sure there's no damage caused by low branches or, you know, road debris flying up there or anything, and there's no way that you know, you look at the sealant looking for cracking and separation where water could get through, that sort of thing. So that's 90 days, every 90 days. Of course, your garage door is down right now in the patio, so you have fences here for around the patio, of course. You can drop it all the way down for a ramp. So it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Okay, so let's go inside and see what we've got here. So we look up here. This is your controls. There's the pre-wire and the controller for a generator that I spoke about. There's a fuel gauge there. That just tells you how many amps are coming in. We got 30 amp service hooked up, and it's telling us that. Slide out here. You have your two awnings. Your back awning, which I didn't really point out to you, but it goes along the top of the back of the trailer. Okay, I think I walked right past it. But those are the controls there. Never leave the awnings out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll them in for sure. Otherwise, the weather will damage them. Your lights here. This is the water pump here. Remember we talked about the water pump to pump water out of the freshwater tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. You can light your water heater on gas here. You can light the electric heating element or turn on the electric heating element there. Okay, and this is your bed lift here to lift your two couches and your bunk up out of the way. Alrighty. I think that about covers it. Also your levels, of course, your battery and your freshwater and black and gray water tanks. These are not working. These are for roof vents, but the roof vents of all of them are replaced with regular vents, so they're not functioning at all. This is a Bluetooth player basically, and it's got the outside speakers, so you have two zones, outside and inside. But it has actually it's not bad. It's got a big woofer right there. It's got your regular coax type speakers there. So you have that. This remote, I don't know what it goes to. It's a Sony remote. It came with it. You got a TCL TV, so I don't know the story behind that, but there it is. Okay. Your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator, meaning it runs on 110 LP. Let me see what we got here before I talk too much. I'm already talking too much. Yeah, let me take that back because I'm I've gone overboard with that. No, it's not a gas absorption. It's a 12 volt DC refrigerator. Let me look here just to make sure. Yes, a 12 volt DC refrigerator. So it runs on 12 volt DC, like most everything else in the trailer. While we're talking about 12 volt DC, let me look around a little bit here. Bear with me a second. Okay, over here. So this is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. Like I said, I started to say everything that can run on 12 volt DC in a trailer does. Some things have to be AC power, like the microwave or the air conditioner. But you can see you got regular circuit breakers here, 120 AC, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. So you've got 12 volt DC fuses, and they're all labeled here. This is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's going to charge the battery or batteries on the front, on the tongue. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator charges them, so 2 ways they get charged. Also, you have another breaker, 2 breakers here, as you can see. Okay, that's the power converter. If you ever change the type of batteries to to lithium or gel or whatever you got, this one should. It doesn't have the sticker on it anymore, but I'm pretty sure this model will automatically adjust itself for the different types of batteries. Okay, top secret storage there. That's just a light there. Okay. So when this slide room comes in, this is going to tilt itself up so it fits. So keep that in mind, you can't really put anything right there, or else it'll get squished. This trailer is very clean. You've probably noticed that. It's, how should I say? It looks like it's barely been used. I'm not just saying that, obviously you can see it. I wouldn't say anything if I didn't believe what I was saying to be true. So it's very clean, very well maintained trailer. So the sink and the shower are self-explanatory. The toilet is a typical RV toilet. There's the flush pedal right there. It sits right over a black tank, so when you get to the campground, you pull into your campsite, hook up your power underwater. Now you dump the trailer, or you dump the black tank last time you left your last campground, so it's empty. So therefore, you're going to put a dose of chemical in the bowl. You're going to push down on the pedal with your foot and hold it down till you put at least a gallon of water in there along with the chemical. Use more than a gallon, not less. Never use less than a gallon, but you can use more. More is probably better. Most people use more. But the main thing is you can't use it dry. You have to have chemical and water in it, or else it'll get clogged up. It'll just be a mess. So make sure when you're starting off with a empty black tank, you always add the chemical in the water. Okay. Alrighty. These have sliding doors here. 2 sliding doors on this bathroom. Over here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. Right here. Okay. Should always be glowing green like it is. If it's not, get it serviced. It's obviously very important. It's hardwired to the battery, so it's always on. So you want to make sure it's always working. Don't just ignore it or anything like that. Get it replaced. It's not expensive. They generally don't go bad though. They last a long time. Now I didn't try this, but you do have a backup camera on the back, and I've got every reason to believe this works. So I didn't prep this part of it, but this just plugs into your cigarette lighter thing on your tow vehicle. Now, if you don't have one, some of the newest ones don't have it. You would have to go on Amazon and punch in Furrion backup camera adapter or something like that, and they'll have one that looks like this on one side, but it has a USB on this side, so you can plug it into the USB in your car. Okay. Your literature, everything's in here. The people kept everything. Like I said, it looks like they were very clean people, or they didn't use it, or you just look at the floor. There's no tire marks or anything on it. So, and it's solid as a rock. No water at all. So, okay, I think that covers it. I guess it doesn't quite. You got a microwave that works like any other microwave. This is a range hood fan, vent, and a light. There's your fan there. This you spark to light, so you're going to turn it clockwise to spark the sparker, right? The oven's a little different in that there's a pilot light at the back down there. So you're gonna, let's see, I don't know if you can see it spark or not, but you go to the oven knob, you're gonna go to the picture of the flame, and you're gonna depress it and keep it depressed while you're lighting it. You light it. Once you see the pilot light, you hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Once that's done, you go to temperature and use it, obviously. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes out, so you have to relight it each time you use the oven. And you also have an oven light and a kind of ambient light for the knobs there. Okay, your water pump is behind this drawer, so you know it. The back of the water heater is behind this compartment here. So your valves are back there for bypassing and all that, okay? All right. So anything else you can, when you get here to pick up, you can use the bunk lift and all that and check out everything you need to, but that's the basic walkthrough. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember that I said to keep inspecting the roof. That's very important. And right now the water's been or the antifreeze has been purged from the trailer, replaced with fresh water, so you're all set for the summertime. Okay, thank you.